Hey, good morning everyone. In this video, I want to show you how I refined my animation here to make a more detailed and believable bouncing ball. Of course, yours is going to be a little different for this squash and stretch assignment, and that is completely okay. So yeah, I'll show how I did it. So first off, I went to all individual keyframes and checked to see if it's touching the ground. To make sure that it's touching the ground, I do Command T, and then I use my arrow keys to move up and down if needed. So I did a recording before, but somehow I lost it and it got deleted. So I'm just re-explaining what I already did. So yeah, I went to each frame, made sure that it looks nice. And I also like flipping left and right to make sure that my arcs look good. So that looks all right. I think I could move this one slightly. Where's Command T? Move that slightly. Yeah, looks good to me. I'll move this drawing slightly as well. Oh, you can move around. If you're zoomed in, you can move around by holding down your space bar and then click and drag the canvas. It's going to be moving down. I want to see more of my details. Looks good to me. Again, all I did was click on the layer. Then I was able to do Command T and adjust my ball. I just keep looking. I also adjusted this area because I wanted this arc right here to look good based off my layout. So I wanted this arc to look good. So by flipping back and forth, I can see the movement. I'm just using my arrow keys to flip back and forth. If it's not working for you, that means your enable shortcut key is not turned on. So make sure this is turned on so that you can flip back and forth. So I fixed this arc right here, made it a little more round, and I fixed this ending. Now something cool is if your ball or drawing or whatever is coming in and you have two different drawings on different keys, right? You can always select one drawing, hold down the Command key, and then select the other drawing. See how they're both highlighted? By clicking on Command T, now you can move both at the same time. So if I flip through this, let me show you beforehand. You can see that they're in two different spots, right? One is squashing, one is kind of a normal ball. So holding them both down, Command T, now I can move it and they'll move together because that's how I did it. So yeah, if you have any questions about that, let me know. I just did these minor adjustments to make sure that it's on the ground so that if I zoom out, it looks like it's actually touching the ground. So yeah. Now, how did I do this coloring? Well, I'll show you. In my layers panel, I selected all of my keys, so keyframes, extremes, in-betweens. I went down to this folder button to create a new group. So now I have a new group, which I labeled all frames. So now all my frames of my animation is right here. And then I went up to File, Video Layers, New Blank Video Layer, and I created a video layer right here. That's this blue layer right here. And this video layer allows me to draw on top of my ball. So I drew on top of my ball using the brush tool. And I did one more thing. So check this out. If I color, notice how it stays inside of the ball. That is because I created a clipping mask. So by right-clicking, releasing the clipping mask, you can see my drawing. But I don't want that. So I have my layer here, which is above all frames. Right click, create clipping mask. This will allow you to draw only what's inside of all your keys. See that? I think it's pretty cool. So by doing that, I went frame by frame and added this little shimmer to my ball. This shimmer and kind of adding this like bend to the ball allows for the ball to look round and not flat. So doing something as simple as adding a shimmer or adding something to your ball to make it look like it's round will go a long way. So this is a great tool if you did a basketball or some sort of ball with lines. Now you can do this clipping mask and draw directly inside the ball, which is pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you one more thing that I find useful. I'm going to make a new layer for this and show it off. So let me create some frames just so I can do a quick example. I'll label this example. And I'm going to make a new video layer. So layer, video layer, new blank video layer. I'm going to label this color. And I'm going to move it below my two example keys. Turn off everything too so I can show you what's it about. So let's say you have a drawing and it's closed off. Like your lines are closed, so that's pretty good. And let me draw another one. Check that out. Looks great. Now, if you go to your magic wand, which is in the left-hand toolbar, go down to magic wand, and this will only work if your lines are closed. You click on your color layer, you make sure sample all layers is turned on. With your with your magic wand selected, make sure sample all layers is turned on, and now you're on your color layer. I'm going to select my drawing, the inside. Notice how it selects the drawing, and you might get this kind of in between. I'll show you what happens if you just color as is, but we don't want this. So if I just color as is, we'll do a pink. Why not? I'm going to click on G to do paint bucket. If it doesn't pop up, just go here, paint bucket, and color it in. Now, why this is great is because it separates my drawing and my color. So if I mess up the drawing, I could redraw it and then recolor it on two separate layers to keep things a little more organized, and it'll just make the process easier. But I don't want this white line, so I'm going to undo that with Command Z. And so how do we fix this selection? Well, you can go to the Help button and search up Expand. So modify, so it's select, modify, expand. I'm going to say about 6 pixels to see if that's the right expansion. Yours will really depend on the size of your brush. So for me, 6 was just about right, or let's find out. Yep, 6 was just about right for me. So now you shouldn't get this weird line. It looks like I need to expand it just a bit more. See this weird line that it's giving? So let's try that again. I'm going to go to expand. Let's try 7. Yep, that looks way better. It doesn't have this weird kind of white line. So then I'm going to go to the next one. Make sure my color video layer is selected. Go to my magic wand, select, help, expand, 7. G for paint bucket, color it in, and now I have 2 drawings. And they're colored. And you can do the same thing with this video layer. You can make another video layer. So let me go to layer, new video layer, new blank video layer. I can also create a clipping mask for this so that I can only affect my color layer here. So let's say I wanted to add some red lines. Now, because I enabled a clipping mask, it'll only draw on that pink layer. See that? It's pretty cool. And lastly, if you want to do a lineless drawing, after you fill it in, all you have to do is turn off your lines. So now you have a lineless drawing. But that's just a stylistic choice. If you have any questions about that, just let me know. Let me just delete these example groups because I don't need them. Just to show you different tools that you can use. Cool. Let's save it. So if you've not already saved, go to File, Save As, and let's say part 1 underscore refine underscore your name dot PSD file, format, Photoshop, desktop, save. I'm also going to save it as GIF. So File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. Hopefully you're already familiar with both of these saving methods. I'm going to say GIF. Oh, make sure that you do not have this guideline on. I want to turn that off. Make sure that your final polished or refined animation has no guideline. I want it to look clean all by itself. So just like that. Now I'm going to go to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy, and Save. Save it on my desktop. It has the correct name, format, images, default settings, save. And always make sure that it works. So I click on it, click on my space bar, boom, it works, which is great. You want to select these two files and turn it in on the grading platform. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I feel like that's pretty straightforward. But yeah, again, just let me know. Happy animating.